Experience the epic series that the world is watching and raving about. Catch up or relive the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, now on HBO On Demand, and watch back-to-back episodes anytime on your schedule. This year, join the Legion of Followers and enjoy past seasons of Game of Thrones, plus the premiere of Season 4 on April 6th on HBO. Don't miss out. Sign up for HBO and get free access to HBO On Demand.
2 men murdered overnight. This as police continue to defend crime statistics. A look at Resort World Bimini's challenges and achievements, plus the DNA leader calls for the Prime Minister's resignation. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Vonique Toot, and MB12 Weekend starts now. Topping news tonight, the alleged shooters in an incident at the government complex on East Street became victims themselves last night when they were chased and gunned down after reportedly shooting a man in the head. One of the men died. Less than an hour later, crime scene detectives found themselves on the scene of another homicide. A smashed SUV, shattered glass, and blood-splattered seats speak volumes of the deadly incident that unfolded on East Street South last night. Police say 2 men who allegedly shot a man on East Street ended up running for their own lives just minutes later. Head of the Central Detective Unit Superintendent Paul Roll says it all began around 8:30 Saturday night when 2 men pulled up in a champagne-colored SUV in the area known as the Big Yard near Coconut Grove Avenue.
At least one male exited that vehicle, produced a firearm, discharging it into the group of persons. One male was struck to the head.
Superintendent Roll says the alleged shooters then jumped back into the SUV and attempted to get away, heading south on East Street.
They were pursued by a group of persons, and the vehicle crashed to the pole, as you see behind me. At this point, persons who were pursuing them produced weapons and discharged into the vehicle, where both persons on the inside of this vehicle were shot. Both of them got out and ran south.
However, Roll says the assailants caught up with one of the 2 men, stabbing him multiple times. He was transported to Princess Margaret Hospital, where he died. The other man managed to get away. Police believe he got into a truck that transported him to hospital. He's now listed in serious condition, along with the man shot in the head in the Big Yard.
We know that the persons in this vehicle went to the Big Yard to this individual, so we're not certain yet why and what that was all about. We have to develop that, so that's why we appeal to persons who may have information to give us a call.
But the bloodshed didn't end there. Over on Enia Street in Bain Town, a 31-year-old man from Farrington Road was stabbed while attending a barbecue and died in the street. His body was partially concealed by a white sheet. A woman said to be the victim's mother had to be consoled by a female police officer and at one point tried to race past crime scene tape in the hope of seeing her son's body.
Around 10, a male came to the residence where they were having a barbecue, and a second male went somewhere to the rear of the house and collected a knife, where he approached the deceased. There was an exchange of words, and he in turn stabbed the deceased here multiple times to the chest and upper body.
EMS personnel announced the victim dead on the scene. Roll says his alleged attacker, a 27-year-old man from Yellow Elder Gardens, tried to escape but didn't get very far.
Officers from the enforcer unit arrived on the scene, received information, and pursued the suspect, apprehending him some distance away. It's a 27-year-old male of Yellow Elder Gardens. He's presently in custody at CDU, and we'll speak to him at some point when we finish with this scene here tonight.
Amid new speculation about the police force's crime reports, the police superintendent responsible for sending out those daily crime reports is also defending the integrity of the organization. A recent Nassau Guardian article pointed out that a new U.S. Embassy crime warning referenced an attempted armed robbery of an armored truck on Cable Beach in March that was not included in the crime reports. While addressing the Rotary Club of West Nassau, Superintendent Stephen Dean insisted that authorities have nothing to hide.
I don't want to get in that debate because these are respected people who in that debate, and I operate on a level of respect. I must tell you that Stephen Dean is responsible for producing crime reports in the morning time, producing them. If you believe I'm a dishonest person, leave it in the corner. If you believe I'm going to hide something, leave it in the corner. I'm going to tell you, our police officers are a group of honest men and women. We do our job.
Free National Movement Deputy Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands questioned whether it was an accident, a deliberate omission, or the political directorate that sought to suppress that information. Dean took exception to the suggestion that police officers are dishonest and questioned whether those who raise the issue have an agenda.
Whoever have another agenda, whoever wants to credit, whatever, I'm going to tell you our police officers do our thing with honesty, integrity, and loyalty on a daily basis. So when you begin to say that you believe the police hiding something, you're saying, Stephen Dean, you are a dishonest person. Commissioner Greenslade, you're a dishonest person. Inspector Roll, you're a dishonest person. My son don't believe I'm dishonest. My wife don't believe that. My church members don't believe that. My Rotarians don't believe that. Thank you.
National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage also defended the police force, insisting it is ridiculous for anyone to assert there has been any cover-up. Commissioner Ellison Greenslade, who was also asked for comment last week, said he's totally embarrassed, totally distressed, and totally offended. Though police did not report the attempted robbery, Greenslade said he is satisfied with the level of transparency of his organization. Over the past few months, Resorts World Bimini has been plagued with issues, from Coast Guard approval for its superfast ferry to legal battles and ongoing concerns over its environmental impact. With an exclusive interview with our Jasmine Bonamy, chairman of RAV Bahamas Gerardo Capo admits the road to success has been filled with challenges.
Issues at the resort have not been few and far between. In fact, Resorts World Bimini has faced its fair share of challenges since the multi-billion-dollar partnership was formed in 2012. The Resorts World Genting Group and RAV Bahamas formed a joint venture in 2012 to bring the casino and the Bimini Superfast Ferry to the island. Most recently, the Bimini Blue Coalition sought a judicial review of the legality of work to construct a ferry terminal in Bimini, along with an injunction to stop the work. There is also a legal challenge in the U.S. courts against the company's night cruises, which stopped the company from offering night cruises on the Superfast ferry. Earlier this year, the Malaysia-based conglomerate Genting reported an 80.5% drop in its net profits in the fourth quarter, citing losses due in part to startup costs and operational challenges. While he did not address particular concerns, Capo admits there are scores of challenges. He explains.
Every morning there's 1 through 20 challenges. Every afternoon is between 20 and 50, and you have to deal with all of them. It is not easy. It is quite difficult, but we've been getting the help and cooperation of the Biminites, the local government, the government, the central government, and most Bahamians have been very helpful to us.
Despite the many challenges, Capo insists they are also achieving some success, including the creation of more than 800 permanent and temporary jobs. Capo says the developments on the island will continue to have a significant impact on the economy, and they will continue to forge ahead.
It's actually changing the face of Bimini. It's putting Bimini in the map. It's connecting us to the world. Bimini is a beautiful island, the Tiffany diamond in the ocean close to the United States, but difficult to get to because transportation facilities. And now we're putting the island in the map.
According to Prime Minister Perry Christie, customs revenue collected on the island rose from $3.2 million between July 2012 and June 2013 to $5.1 million between July 2013 and March 2014. In addition, visitor arrivals rose 93% from 54,000 in 2012 to more than 194,000 in 2013. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
The completion of nearly 400 luxury rooms at Resorts World Bimini will mean hundreds of additional jobs. Capo says the job openings have attracted applications from across the Bahamas. For this reason, he says Resorts World Bimini is proving to be beneficial for the entire country.
We have a great deal of employees, and we're offering a lot of employment opportunities here now in the resort, in the casino, and in construction. And not only for the Bimini, for local Bimini, but also we're doing it for people from other islands.
463 people are already fully employed between the resort and the casino, and 301 Bahamians have been engaged in construction jobs. Capo says when the new hotel is completed later this year, Bahamians can expect the creation of up to an additional 300 permanent jobs.
We have, I think, altogether close to 800 between construction, resort, and casino. About 800 plus, more or less.
In addition to providing job opportunities for Biminites, Capo says they have also hired Bahamians from New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Eleuthera. Prime Minister Perry Christie heads to Trinidad and Tobago today, where he has been invited to participate in the Distinguished Lecture Series at the St. Augustine's campus of the University of the West Indies. Christie will give a lecture on Monday at 5:30 p.m. on the Bahamas' role in CARICOM. Christie will be accompanied by Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell and Minister of State for Finance Michael Halkitis. They're expected to return on Tuesday. When MB12 returns, why the DNA leader wants the Prime Minister to resign, plus a look at child abuse statistics on the Family Islands. So stay with us.